It's just so great to have everybody here. Can I just say for a minute, Xcaret might be the coolest resort name I've ever heard. Everybody I tell, Xcaret, love it. You'll hear me say it a lot. And this place is so magnificent. You know, the last few days we've had a chance to explore. I saw a coati. There's magical creatures everywhere. Some monkeys. I saw the biggest iguana I've ever seen. And even this morning when I came in, I saw Ken Whiting. It was so magical. Love you, Ken. But it's great to see everybody here. This is such a great IAAPA community. I love bringing everyone together. All of our IAAPA friends, great way to make connections. So many great global leaders from around the world. So thank you for being here. You know, we often talk about what we build. You know, we talk about our parks, our attractions, and our experiences. But what we really create are moments people carry with them for a lifetime. Moments of connection, like us here today. Moments of excitement. That's exactly what we do in this industry. And moments of wonder. And none of that happens by accident. It takes vision, it takes collaboration, and it takes people, exceptional people, to bring ideas to life every single day. And that's what today is all about. These awards that we're giving out recognize more than great work. They celebrate the thinking behind it, the risks that everybody took to bring them to life, the standards that are raised, and most importantly, the teams who continue to push this industry forward. Today we're celebrating excellence across 3 areas of our industry. Human resources excellence, programs that nurture talent and build cultures where people shine. Food and beverage excellence, something near and dear to my heart and all of yours. Culinary creations who transform meals into memories. And then marketing excellence, campaigns that inspire connection, curiosity, and momentum across everything we do. But more than anything, this room is full of a shared purpose. Every finalist, every winner, and everyone here plays a role in shaping what's next in this great industry. So join me as we celebrate excellence across everything we do. Now, we would like to extend our sincere thanks to the event sponsors for IAAPA Honors. DOF Robotics is our platinum sponsor, Tate as our gold sponsor, and Gatemaster Technology, our silver sponsor. And now an extra word from our platinum sponsor, DOF Robotics. Thank you, DOF. As a reminder, wordly translation is available through the Connect Plus app. So if you guys have the Connect Plus app on your phone, you can download it, and there's a QR code that you can read and do translation in over 60 languages. So please take advantage of that. All right, without further ado, let's get on with the program. So please join me in welcoming Jakob Wahl, our President and CEO of IAAPA, to the stage.
Thank you very much, Michael. And before we start into the program, I want to thank obviously the sponsors, but I also want to thank the host, because Xcaret has done above and beyond in hosting us. So I think a huge round of applause to the whole Xcaret team. Michael talked about visionaries and about excellence. And I think this is one place where we clearly see that somebody has created some amazing. Before I ask the owner and visionary on stage, I would like to, maybe we can put up the lights for a second. Who is here for the very first time? Who has never been to Xcaret before? Good. I hope you all enjoy it as much as I do. And as you're not here to hear from me, but from the person behind everything you see here, it's my pleasure to welcome Miguel Quintana up on stage.
Aquí viene el arquitecto Miguel Quintana Pali, que es el presidente y fundador, uno de los fundadores del grupo Xcaret.
Buenos días. Please take a seat. Miguel, what originally inspired you to build Xcaret?
Well, first I have to tell you that the reason I'm here in Xcaret is because once I got a hold of a small piece of land and I was going to make my country house, and that was the reason I was here in Xcaret in Cancun. And as I started developing and cleaning this piece of land to make my home, second home, I started to see that this piece of land was different, was unique. Then I changed my mind and said that we're going to build 10 villas, 10 houses. And I continued cleaning up and finding archaeological sites inside the land and underground rivers and things like that. And so I said that this cannot be something personal. It has to be something open to everybody. It's too rich, it's too beautiful, that I cannot make it private. So then that's when I admired since little. I lived my childhood in Santiago de Chile, South America, 10 years. And we often traveled to Mexico City, and we visited with my father. He was very proud of Mexico. He showed us all Mexico. So I was grown up being very proud of Mexico. And on the other hand, I visited also seldom Hawaii. My mother is Hawaiian. And there I think the most attractive attractions for tourists is the Polynesian Cultural Center in Oahu, the island of Oahu, that shows the Polynesian culture, Tahiti, Bora Bora, the Hawaiian Islands, all in one place. They show their customs, their hats, their dances, their food, all the Polynesian culture. And I said, well, we can make something like that, but showing Mexico. For me, Mexico is a very rich country in every way. For me, it's like 32 different countries, 32 different cultures, 32 different dialects, dances, cuisines, music. It's very rich. So I think we can make a very interesting Mexican embassy to show the tourists. And this is how the idea started and became a reality.
It's actually a beautiful thinking, because you saw something beautiful and you didn't want to keep it for yourself, but you wanted to share it with everybody else. And you wanted to share the beauty of nature with everybody else, but also the beauty and the history of Mexico with everybody else. Right.
That's exactly. I think that our success has been keeping our parks as natural as possible. They're all in natural areas. And Mexico is our theme. And not talking commercially. It became commercial, but we did it because we believed in it, and because we love Mexico, and we want to show off our Mexico.
Is it fair to say that you work with the nature to make the best out of nature instead of working kind of against nature?
That's exactly. When we make a project, we visit the whole piece of land and see what can be touched and what cannot be touched. And we don't touch anything that's a big tree, will stay there. In a case we have to move it, we will move it, but we won't take it off. So we construct around nature. We follow the piece of land dictates what we can do, what we have to do. So we obey the land, the vegetation, the underground rivers, every detail of the land we take advantage of.
Xcaret is more than 35 years old. When you started this,
Okay.
did you see this happening, all of this, where it is today, you know, the size of the company?
No. When I came here, I used to live in Mexico City, and I had a furniture decoration business, contemporary furniture and gifts and decoration. In Mexico City, I had 4 stores. I was doing very well. It was very successful in the main shopping centers of Mexico. And I never thought of being in this business, and I never thought of changing my business from Mexico. I came here, as I told you, as a tourist. And then when I bought this piece of land to make my house, I started coming maybe every month, a couple of days, then every 3 weeks, 4 days. So one day I saw that I stayed more in Quintana Roo than in Mexico City. That was when I started getting worried. But someday I took the decision that I was going to be a park owner and not a store owner.
Do you miss the stores?
Of course I miss them. They were beautiful things, and they gave me the structure and the taste of what I have been doing here in the parks since I bought a piece of land in 1980, and we opened to the public in 1985. It took us 5 years to build the first part of the park, and we have been open 35 years.
You operate several parks. You have this hotel, the expansion of the hotel. You have the Hotel Arte. You have Casa de Playa. What do you think was a pivotal moment, like a moment where you said, this is where you knew you are onto something, where you really were successful in the development of this whole area?
Well, when we opened the park, there were no attractions in Cancun. There was only Xel and Tulum, the ecological site of Tulum, that were open. The only entertainment you could find outside of your hotel. So our park came right in time, but the visitors to Cancun started growing, more visitors, and I saw that we would need more attractions. So we got a hold of the concession of the Xel Park, and then as we did well, we bought a piece of land around the Xcaret, and then we made a sprawl, and we made complementary parks. The things that were not done, we tried to do them, and we saw that we had a vocation for tourism, so we looked how to make it more complete, that you wanted more reasons for visitors to come to Cancun and the Riviera Maya. I can tell you that because our parks, that right now we have 7 parks open, people that visit Cancun and the Riviera Maya stay between 1 and 2 days more than what they normally would because of us. So we are very proud of that. We have done good work bringing people, inviting people to Mexico and showing a small piece of Mexico, because Mexico is too big, and if I wanted to show all Mexico, I would need several more studies.
It was actually wonderful. Yesterday we saw the evening spectacular, where you see the pride of the Mexicans in the different parts of the show. You really feel that they feel represented by what you bring on stage.
I love to be there because I like to hear what the people next to me are saying, and the foreign people, many of them say, I wish I was Mexican. And another thing that I love to see, it depends on the enthusiasm of the people that day. But we have 3 ways of measuring the success of that day. And one is applausometro, how many people clap. One is standing up, how many people stand up. And the third one is how many people cry. And every day you'll have the 3 things together, but some days many people cry.
Since you started, you mentioned it, you operate 7 parks, you operate hotels, you operate the ferries as well. What is kind of, what has the most Miguel DNA? What is kind of,
Well, My DNA, most Miguel, if you ask me what I love, is all the natural things. Our parks are natural areas, and that's what I love to do. But on the other hand, we saw that we were in the tourist business and we were lacking many things, many services. So we tried to integrate in our way of thinking, in our way of doing things, in our services, everything that we could make that was lacking. So we saw that there was lousy service, ferry service to Isla Mujeres and Cozumel. So we sent to make our ferries. I can tell you that these ferries took 5 years to be built. But finally they were delivered. 350 passengers for Isla Mujeres and 3 ferries of 650 passengers for Cozumel. We started competing with 2 companies that were giving the service. We started with 1/3 of the market, and this morning, the report I read this morning, that yesterday we got 67% of the market.
Congratulations.
And this is only because we're giving an excellent service. That's what we take care of: excellence, quality, and security. Everything we do is around those three.
When you drive from Cancun here, you see some, I would say, copycat attractions where other people have tried to do natural attractions as well. Why do you think they failed and you succeeded?
Well, our DNA is the difference. Everybody is, well, our main success is I would say 50% of our success is the products we design in natural environment, and the other 50% is our people, the people that have been attending you every day. They are proud of what they're doing. They are happy of what they're doing, so they make our visitors happy. So that's half, 50% of our success. And I think that's what differentiates us from most of our competitors.
Sonia, I talked to one of the employees yesterday, and she has been here for 30 years. And she said initially she's from the city, and she didn't want to live here. She said, I'm just here for 3 months, and then 6 months. And then she realized what that company does for the people. And she said, I want to stay with this company because of the values the company delivers. And I think that is something which you see here.
Well, let me tell you some little details. When we started, we dressed our collaborators in typical dress, the typical daily dress of our people in our towns. We put them ipiles. And at the beginning, they didn't like it. I think they came from their town to change and to dress with jeans and be more modern and forget about their customs. And so they came into the park in their jeans. They went to change, put their ipil, they worked, and before leaving, they changed back to their jeans. And through the years, that changed completely. Through the years, now our stores, we have big stores, and we sell lots of Mexican clothing, Mexican guayaberas. And our main customers in our stores are not the visitors, are our employees that want to dress with these clothes. And you see them on Sunday working, walking in the town, dressed with their pilis, with their guayaberas, proud of their dressing. And we changed the things. We have been changing many things in Mexico. And now all of our people are very proud and happy to work with us. If they're not happy, we look for them. We look a job for them some other place, because we need people to be happy, or here or anywhere they go. Happy people has been our success.
you could actually say, I think there are different ways. I think you can create jobs to generate profit, but you can also generate profit to create jobs. And I think sometimes what you do here is a social responsibility for the region in growing your business as a piece of art in giving more people work. Would you agree to that?
But I would say to operate, we need people. We have to create jobs. With jobs we are already operating, we create profit. And with the profit, we have been growing and creating more jobs and more taxes for the government and bringing welfare to everybody. We started maybe with 30 people when we opened, or 40 people. And right now we have almost 18,000 people working directly for us. So we started investing, creating jobs. Now those jobs pay for themselves and pay for all the growth we have had. And that's also part of our success, that we have invested, reinvested most of our profits.
And you're investing a lot in your team. You once told me that you're doing a huge Christmas event every year where you even do where you give out prizes to your teams.
In Mexico, in Christmas, you will have the posadas. It's a religious festivity that you gather and make a procession for the Niño Dios that was born. And then we have a party. And our problem right now is where to make these parties. Because for so many people, and the other part of the problem is that somebody has to work it while we're having fun. So in the Clashco, where the show is, all the arena, we put there 4,000 persons one Saturday evening at night, and we make a party for them. And next day, Sunday, another 4,000 people are on this beautiful party, and the other half are working.
But you even give out a car as a prize, is that correct?
There we take advantage to recognize the people very fast. We give every day we rifle a car.
It's wonderful. We're not doing that at IAAPA.
Before.
As an organization has grown, was there ever a moment where you said, "Oh, we're becoming too big"? Like, did you ever fear that there was a moment where you could lose control because the organization gets so big?
We have to start off with saying what is big. When I opened Xcaret, my partners asked me, "What's the projection? How are we going to get profit? How many people are we going to get?" From what I saw in Hawaii, and studying how many visitors visited Hawaii, and what I saw here, and being the Mexican culture, a very harsh culture, I estimated that in a couple, 2, 3, 4 years, we would be, this is in 1985 when I told them this, I will be receiving 1 million persons and charging $10. Right now, all of our business, together with hotels and parks, we are receiving over 5 million persons. And on the parks, our park prices are most of them over $100.
And you charge $1?
Don't we charge in pesos, but the international quotation, and 60% of our visitors are foreign. I can say that 40% of our visitors are Mexicans, 40% are Americans, 10% are Canadians, and the other percent, the 10%, are from the rest of the world.
How do you personally ensure that quality and authenticity, also kind of your vision, is alive in the parks every day? I got notes from 2 team members. They said they saw you walking in the park yesterday or in the hotels. Is that kind of part of your procedure on how you ensure it?
Well, as long as I'm alive, it has been a personal work. I have been checking from the first thing to the last thing. Of course, I did it better when we were small. It was the family, but the family grows very fast, and we have, right now most of it, of the DNA of the company is we get it by being present from our fellowships working with us. That's how we acquire most of this DNA. And on the other hand, we have courses, and they see every day how we work, how we operate, and they like it. And we tell them that they should do these same things at home. So I think they get, many people tell them at home and everywhere that they're doing well. So they love this DNA, and so it's like a sickness, a virus, that contagious virus that gets everybody working.
You invest and inspire the people to be passionate about the product as much as you are.
Well, we have many different jobs in the company, and we try to put them in the right position. That's where they are more happy, and if they're happy, they will be very productive. So we try to have, we want them to attend our visitors. They have to be happy. They have to contagious. They have to show they're happy, so they make happy visitors.
And I think being in this resort, you feel the pride of the people working for you. It's definitely something.
I think they are, and that's, as I told you, 50% of our product.
From everything, from the outside, everything looks incredible, smooth, beautiful, and perfect. Were there for you critical moments where you went through a very hard time, and something where you said, that is something I learned out of it?
Of course, we have had, as anybody of us has had difficult moments in our life. We had H1N1, all the COVID. We have very frequently hurricanes that destroy buildings and things like that. We have learned to construct against hurricanes. We are very proud of that. We have devaluations of our currency, financial problems, but I think all of these catastrophic issues make us stronger. We take advantage of these things to correct things, to change things, and while others are withdrawing, are going one step back, in these occasions, in these difficulties, we try to go ahead and take advantage of that situation, and that's what has made the difference between us and many of our competitors.
And we touched on that a little bit before, but you haven't just built attractions, you have built them with a deep commitment to sustainability, I would say, in all aspects. I'm not sure if you all joined the tour yesterday through the theater, and I thought the Germans are difficult with recycling, but I think you had 16 different recycling bins, which impressed me. But it is not only like the economic, the ecological, but also economic and social sustainability, which seems to play a very important role. Where do you feel, what is your philosophy in that aspect of sustainability?
Well, I think we are 6 brothers and sisters. I think that since we were born, since I was 4 years old, I went to Santiago, Chile. My father worked in the UN, United Nations, and we were a modest family. We didn't have any richness. We didn't have parks. My father was a professional. He was not a businessman, salary, and we took always care of the income of the family. We all did our beds. cooked our breakfast. We took turns, 6 brothers and sisters. We cut the grass in the garden. I washed the car. We were already educated on a sustainable way, and I think I grew that way since little, and my stores and my parts started being that way, and so I think it was easier for us to be sustainable, and I think that right now any business that doesn't take the sustainability into account is scheduled to go broke, to disappear, because that's the only way to compete in this fast-growing world. I think.
It comes clearly across. You take care of the nature of the region and of your people, and I think that speaks for the success you have here.
And they, our people, turn the same way. So it's a contagious thing, and that works, and it's very profitable.
Yeah.
Also profitable, it will make you a better person and a better way of living.
You are turning 80 this year.
I'm supposed to turn 80 this year.
You're supposed to turn 80 this year. Where do you see Grupo Xcaret in 5 years?
Well, I have to see it in 10 years, because they contract me for 10 years. They renew my contract every 10 years. So
Good for you.
So I hope they renew my contract. I will be 80 the 2nd of September. So before that day, they have to renew my contract for the next 10 years. So I have to make plans for 10 years. No, we have many things to be done. We haven't gone out of the country. We have been invited to open parks outside of Mexico or outside of Cancun, to Baja California, other parts of Mexico. And someday our successors will do it. But as long as I'm alive, I think we have lots to do here in Cancun, many things. We are already working, but one of our successes, you haven't asked me that. No. We started with one park. It was successful. With those profits, we make this is an easy way of showing it, but with those profits, we make 2 parks. With those profits, we go to 4. We go growing. But the breakthrough, when we grew more, it started 8 years ago. And let me tell you why. My partners, before being my partners, they were hoteliers. And when they got to be my partners, they left that industry. They sold out their stock in those hotels and they came with me to make parks. And we did well, and we bought land around Xcaret. And they always told me, Miguel, let's make a hotel. And we were doing very well in the parks. And we didn't have extra spare money to spend in other things. So I told them, we're doing well. Let's continue. Let's keep focus on our parks. Until 15 years ago, well, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we saw that many of the hotels in the region were buying our tickets, our Xcaret tickets and our park tickets, but mainly Xcaret, to sell their hotels. They said, if you come and stay 1 week in our hotel, we'll give you the tickets to go to Xcaret. And because they were lacking attractions, they were lacking in the hotels. People only had sun and beach, but inside the hotel they didn't have anything else to do. So they were looking for attractions. They start building water parks inside the hotels. They start putting shows inside the hotels. So they were looking for entertainment for their guests. And that's why when we said, we already have 7 parks, we already have the entertainment.